the Environment Minister Mark H. Durkan. Now, it's the biggest change in the benefit system for decades, and Stormont is supposed to be passing a bill to introduce the changes. These include a new universal credit payment to replace child tax credit and housing benefit. But where exactly is the legislation? Our political correspondent Martina Purdy has been investigating.
In February last year, Parliament passed a welfare reform bill, spearheaded by this minister, Ian Duncan Smith. He says it's about simplifying a complex benefit system, getting people back to work, and ensuring help for those who need it most. But with no sign of matching legislation at Stormont, questions were being asked this week.
Does the minister not agree that there's an urgent need to share with the people of Northern Ireland the details of the package?
I wonder, has your department conducted any analysis of the loss of income to the people and families in the north most affected by the welfare reform?
Is the minister in a position to say actually when he's going to bring the bill back to the House?
Here in Northern Ireland, we decided to opt for our own welfare bill. But it has been plagued by delay. No fewer than 3 ministers have dealt with the issue. And because of deadlock between the DUP and Sinn Féin at the executive table, the bill didn't come to the Assembly floor until October 2012. It passed the committee stage in February this year, but in April, the Social Development Minister pulled the bill. It's perhaps no surprise. Sinn Féin wanted more negotiations with London, and the DUP shared concerns about the spare room subsidy, which opponents call the bedroom tax. It was argued that Northern Ireland, unlike parts of Britain, had a shortage of one-bedroom flats. There's been speculation of a new deal.
The only thing we know is an interview given by Alex Maskey in August in Inside Housing, where he talked about not introducing the bedroom tax for existing claimants and just looking at that for new claimants.
The View asked for an interview on welfare reform with Mr Maskey, the Sinn Féin MLA who chairs the committee examining the changes. Sinn Féin declined, saying the party was still working on the issue. The DUP has a different position.
We have a package in place now which gets over much of the worst which people in Northern Ireland were concerned about with the welfare reform bill.
Well, my understanding is Martin McGuinness did sign off on the package.
Well, look, I can't comment at all on the internal machinations of Sinn Féin.
Earlier this month, the Deputy First Minister gave no hint a deal had been done on welfare reform.
It can be very difficult for many people who are going to be impacted by the decisions that have been taken. The issue of bedroom tax is obviously a critical one.
There have been claims Sinn Féin is blocking the bill because of pressure from the SDLP or because the bill's a bargaining chip for wider negotiations. Others think Sinn Féin sees advantage in delay, hoping for a rethink in England. For example, the new universal credit wasn't rolled out across Great Britain this month as expected, apparently because of computer problems.
I think they've looked across the water and seen that the timetable for universal credit has slowed down considerably. So I think that's emboldened our politicians to take this a bit more slowly.
But for those on the ground, there's uncertainty about what reform will mean financially, not least for those facing assessments about their ability to work. This man suffered a stroke around 5 years ago and fears the reforms will do more harm than good.
Say that their government is cracking down on scroungers and this disabled might fall in the gap.
He says there's an urgent need to end the uncertainty.
The building this delay is causing an immense concern because people don't know what is coming. They don't know how fast it's coming.
A strategy of delay is unrealistic, according to the Conservative Party in Northern Ireland.
I think if they think they can take advantage of that, then I think they're living in some strange world. I think that it's something that's being rolled out across the UK, and the UK taxpayer who is funding the bill will expect it to be rolled out in Northern Ireland as well.
Stormont has been warned that patience in London is wearing thin, And if it doesn't pass its welfare bill soon, the Treasury will impose welfare penalties. It'll take £5 million a month off Stormont's budget from next January, rising to £200 million by 2017.
The Treasury are serious in their threat that they're going to take next year around 50 to 60 million pounds out of our budget. I don't want to play Russian roulette with that sort of amount of money.
Perhaps progress doesn't just depend on Peter Robinson and Martin McGuinness agreeing. Some Assembly sources claim Sinn Féin has to take into account its power base in the Dáil, where its TDs don't want to be accused of fighting welfare cuts in the Republic while implementing them in Northern Ireland.